So we're just preparing for everyone to come in. And you can find a nice relaxed seat. I have a lot, so we'll do them now. Inhale, point the feet. Exhale, flex and spread the toes. Inhale, point and grab. I have a sad little point, so don't look at mine. Exhale, flex and grab. Sorry. Point and grab. Flex and spread. In. Out. Last. Separate your ankles so that when you internally rotate, you have room for your toes. This also shows you how much can you internally rotate, so you'll feel something happening in your hips. And around, external rotation. Change what you're doing with your foot. So at some point you need to fully point when they are out and fully flex. And you're also turning out and turning in. Go the other direction. These joint exercises are a nice time pass as you wait for what's next in your life. In this case, we're waiting for a possible yoga student. The knee point, exhale, right knee usually, and point, and flex. Last one. So if a student's feeling knee pain just doing this, and right? Instead, we like poses on the ground. If there's so much knee. Good. The butterfly. Some of you need to strengthen by coming up. So that's what we do. Some of us need to work on flexibility the way down. So focus on what is your challenge. If your knees easily flop to the ground, that it's more the pulling up that's important. Then rotations. We do this sometimes in class. Hold under your heel. Make a Ferris wheel that goes out in front of you. If you have your knees out to the side, Jenny. And the Ferris wheel is coming straight out from your midline. The higher you bring the foot, like up toward your nose, the deeper it is. And the closer you bring it to you. Other way. Hip rotations, using your heel as the handle. Other side. These are things that you can teach your older clients too. They might not be able to do much standing poses or anything. You can teach them some joint neck poses. Other direction. Notice the difference between the two sides? Yeah, whatever you notice is the way it always is, unless you just bonked one today. Good. Sit comfortably, however you're comfortable. Practicing the wrists. Hyperextend. Then try to touch the soft part of your own form. Hyperextend. Then try to touch the soft part of your own forearm. So wrist exercises. Turn the palms up. Turn the palms down. Palms up. Palms down. Opens the chest. Close. Last time. Wrist rotations. Try to keep the arms mostly still. Other direction. Palms up, touch your shoulder tops. Then out for the elbow. Notice if your elbows hyperextend. At what point, if they do hyperextend, does it feel like it's really weakening you? So stop before that. To the shoulders. And start small. Make little circles with your elbows. See if you can feel your collarbones in the front and your scapula in the back, your shoulder blades. Start to let them get bigger. Collarbones and shoulder blades. Ooh. How many of you feel stiff or tight up here? Other direction. Good, release. Right ear towards right shoulder. Center, left ear toward left shoulder. Like that. Notice you can sit down into the opposite sit bone. So how do you stabilize? You sit down into the opposite sit bone. Center. Keeping your head, your crown mostly still. Turn to the left as far as you can. Center. Other way. So you're keeping your chest mostly still when you're doing rotations. Last time. Then extension, flexion. Do the best you can to open. Do the best you can to curl. Open with the inhale. Last. And up for twisting. Exhale to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Use your hands very minimally. Only use your hands at the end. Good, then. The moving spinal twist, your arms are out in a T, a little bit to one side, center, a little bit the other side. The sacrum meets with the lumbar spine. It's a very important joint. The lumbosacral junction. The sacrum also connects to the bones of the pelvis, the ilium. So the sacroiliac joints are a very important joint space in the body. Notice if you feel any discomfort, or as you go side to side, you find a place where you lose control. So don't go past that. Stop when you begin to lose control. Center, forward and back, touch the toes, and roll back. If this feels really hard to you, you might need a second yoga mat. Feel free to get one. Up and over. You can face me. Extended cat and cow is an undulating movement, wave-like in nature. On the way forward and on the way back. You use your hand differently. On the way forward, you lift your fingers and pull. On the way back, you come on your fingernails like claws. So on the way back, you can dig your fingernails down and lift your palm. You can lift the heel of your hand on the way back. Now coming up the left side and down the right. Pull with your left hand, come forward, go down with your right hip. Left hand pulls you forward, right hip pulls you back. Your head initiates the way forward and it trails the curve on the way back. Other way, right hand, crown of head, left hip pulls you back. Straight up the middle and straight back. Then exhale, plank pose. Find your belly button and your pubic bone and the area between them, lift it in. Keep it in as you do down your downward dog. Lengthen your arms so your shoulders come toward your ears. Then allow your shoulders to collapse away from the ears. Lengthen the shoulders through the arms so the shoulders come toward the ears. Bend your elbows a tiny bit and turn the shoulder heads so that you get broad in your shoulder tops. Right foot for lunge. Forward and back. Use your right hand to trace from your right knee into your groin. Then use your right hand to take your outer hip crease down. Step change. Gentle steps. Use your left hand to trace from your inner knee into your groin and down. Then use your left hand to draw your outer hip back and your tail back. Place your right hand a little in front for side plank. Turn on the outer edge of your right foot. Lengthen your right arm. Shoulder away from the body. Spin, change. You could bring your left foot toward me. You can balance easier. Turn your left toes under, and that's the way. Good. Downward facing dog or extended cat stretch. Bend the knees, chest toward the thighs. Exhale, straighten and round the back. Bend the knees, chest toward the thighs. Exhale, round the back, straighten the legs. The end of your next exhale, stay there. Then bend the knees and jump as far as you can. Bend the knees, head in. Bend the knees, uncurl. Extra breath. Crescent moon of your choice. One arm, both arms. To the right, you choose. Both legs, one leg on the right leg and lift it. Change. Tracy, you're welcome to go. We can lock up. Yep. Center, reach. Separate your feet and prepare for back bending by bending your knees, bring your chest, and turning your tail down. Then back bend. Keep smiling the whole time. Make sure your feet are coming toward each other as you come up. Forward bend. Step on your hands if you're able to. Get the middle finger all the way down there. So you step forward to the wrist crease. Bend your knees. Use your thigh bones to help you get your front ribs in. Then with your exhale, forward bend deeper by straightening your legs. Feel how pressing down with the ball of the big toe helps your outer shin to wrap around to the front and helps with shins in. Pressing down into the ball of the big toe. Your outer calf muscle wraps around toward the front body. Then release the hands. Bend your knees. Uncurl. Take an extra breath. One more. Your feet should be in position for chair. If they're not, move them. Slide from your inner knee down and back. From the inner knee down and back. Let this action help you feel like your sitting bones get wider. Then take your thumbs and turn your outer hip crease and your tail down. Chair pose. Press down into the ball of the big toe. Slight bend to the chair, lift the heels. If you're steady, you can bend the knees and slide down, but make sure you're turning your tail down first. Tail down. Up and down. Extra breath. Left leg back. Extending the flank. You're moving in the front plane. One more. And begin to rotate a bit to the right. Lift your chest parallel to the ground. Turn the ribs right. Back off, bend your right knee. Straighten and turn. Last. Look down, bring both thumbs up. Step change. Extend, inhale. Curl, exhale. One more. Should be able to lift your chest with your inhale. Turn left with your exhale. Back off, inhale. You could bend your left knee. Straighten, turn, exhale. Down look. Inhale up. Stay there. Drop the arms. Just turn your feet. Move in the side plane. Set up your feet. Inhale. Move the hips. Stay down there. You're just going to work your way progressively lower. and lower. And stay. Left arm overhead. Lengthen your left side. Left hand behind the back. Try to touch your own neck. Keep doing. Last time. Right arm brings you up. So don't give up what you gain. Rotate in the hip. And get further. Right shoulder. Arm comes overhead at the inhale. The right side lengthens. It goes behind the back with the exhale. Do one more. Then come up with your left arm. Step wide for warrior two, and we'll practice touching the inner spiral, outer spiral. So first, long stance. Touch your own inner knees. Come along the inner thighs and spiral toward the pelvic floor. Allow your butt to stick out to start with. See if your stance can get longer from doing that. Then take your thumbs and turn the outer hip crease down and the tail down. Again. Keeping your hands on your hips. Good, then come up. Switch your feet. Inner knee to the groin. So you're not following the inner thigh so much as you're spiraling from the side of the leg toward the back or underside of the leg. And as you do it, your butt sticks out a bit. Then correct that with the outer spiral. Turn the outer hips down and the tail down. From the thigh to the outer hip, turn the outer hip down. Tail down. And come up. Turn your feet in, reset with an exhale down. Weight your hands in front of you. Draw your belly up as much as you can and jump the feet together. Come on up. So nice to have you, ladies. We'll just do one balancing pose, the balancing stick. If you're wobbly, just touch and release. If you're steady, come down into a T. Last 2 breaths. And up. Change sides. Last 2 breaths. And up. Reach. Shoulder rolls. Neck rolls. Drop your chin. Go left to right. Then tense the back of your neck. And exhale, release. One more time. Moving to the ground. Open big. Forward bend. Sit down. Lie down. Making the figure eights. You can keep your knees bent, or you can straighten your legs. Right side up, out, around, up, cross over, around, up. You're just feeling how my leg fit into the hip socket. If your legs are straight, you flex up, turn out, go around, point, flex up, invert the foot, round, point. Last one. Come up and then replace down. Leg can be bent or straight. We're making the number 8s, or the infinity symbol. If your leg is straight, you're changing the angle of your foot to initiate the movement. Like the toes are the driver of the vehicle. Then come up and replace down. The moving bridge pose, so you're going to move with your breath. Arms overhead, pull lift the hips, and set one vertebra at a time down. Let's come back. Notice if you have any weeble wobble with your legs as you do this. Hug the feet to midline and press into the ball of the big toe if you have weeble wobble. Last. Bring your knees into your chest, make big circles around your sacrum. Those of you that have been here 9 days, on your lower back a lot. Other direction. The moving twist, we did this at the beginning of class. See if you can go further and stay in control now that you're warmed up. Very gently curl, so legs straight up or knees bent. No gasping for breath. Explore symmetry. 5. Rest with your arms overhead and your knees touching. Roll on to your left side. Try to keep your knee high and your foot low. Your leg bow-legged. You can stretch your outer leg line. And to push away from you. And point to lift your left leg. You can keep the right leg up. Get longer through your left elbow, away from your left foot. Roll over. Take your left foot with your right hand. Use your left hand to lengthen your hip crease away from you. Inhale out. Exhale, bend. You're holding the ball of the toes on the bottom or the sole of your foot. Release. Get longer through your right elbow. You got it. There you go, Anna. You can point the toes of your right foot and use the ball of the right big toe to initiate the lift. Lie down on your back again. Let your knees rest together. Since we have the gift of Eliza here, we'll practice wrapping the legs into braided ropes. So you can use the ground to help get your right foot behind your calf. Twisted ropes or twisted vines. The right leg's on top, the right arm is under. Just staying here, inhale and exhale, twist your limbs into each other, tighter. Inhale, exhale, twist your limbs into each other tighter. Now you can combine that with abdominal curling if you want. Elbows and knees toward each other, and hands and feet away from each other. Three. Release. Set your legs first, left leg on top. Use the ground to help you get your left foot all the way behind the calf, left arm under. Before you go anywhere, put your right foot flat. And exhale, twist the limbs into each other. Inhale, make a space. And then exhale, get them even tighter. You want to also abdominal curl, you can. This is not a level 1 pose. We're doing it just for the gift of Eliza being here. 2. Then open into a big X. Not just Shavasana, but an arms overhead Shavasana. And let your armpits and your groins open, where there's so much lymph tissue. Is the area on the, especially the Kapha earth body type, we want to keep moving it. Reclined hip opener. Bend your right ankle across your left thigh. Reach through the hole. Some of you that are really flexible can probably put your right foot on your left bicep. But this is the limit for me. In honor of Jenny, we've done the entire 4 poses on our back. Jenny will always have the flexible ability to change the flow. But for quite a while, many classes practice it in order, okay? Good. Change sides. And Anna, dear, you just do your very best to come to yoga, show up, and work on muscle energy. You'll always have activity toward the focal point. Thigh bones coming toward the pelvis. Not getting pulled away from the pelvis. Windshield wiper, your feet are mat width. Both knees go to one side and the other. Your feet stay where they are. You just turn the legs. Stay with the legs over to the left Bring your left ankle on top of your right knee. Eventually, your right knee and your left knee are both on the ground. Eventually, you can attempt to turn your right hip toward the ground. And release. Go the other way. Outer right ankle on top of outer left knee. Does one side feel different? Yeah. The older the body, the more likely it is. My right side's been very different since I was 17. I just didn't wake up to that reality until I started practicing Tai Chi when I was 20. Come back to center. Bring your feet in close to your hips. We'll do one more drawbridge. Pull to lift up, then slowly down. Hopefully you're more stable than when we did this before. Last time. And sit on your hands. Pop open the chest. Point your toes. Fish. Just one or two breaths. And complete your practice. Shavasana. If you want to do anything else before that, you can.